This is Pathway to Careers, Introduction to Labor Market Exploration designed for educators. In this introductory series, we look at how labor market information can be used to connect with the future of work and reveal critical directions for policy and practice that supports employment success for students. This presentation will focus on using labor market information, or LMI, to connect with the future of work. As labor demands continue to shift, staying connected with viable career destinations for students will become increasingly important for educational institutions. Labor market information is a valuable resource that can be easily accessed to explore local job markets and identify high-value careers. My name is Dr. Danielle Talent. Please feel free to contact me at any point if you have questions. My email address is dtalent@nsfored.com. To give you an idea of where this presentation is headed, we're going to first start with a brief review of the shifting workforce landscape and discuss methods for staying connected with the rapid changes that are occurring. We will look at how focusing on occupation trends can be one of the most effective and direct methods for understanding where students are headed and the skills they need for success. We will then move into how awareness of high-value careers can help us better inform and prepare students for career opportunities, closing both the information gap and the skills gap. Next, we'll look at labor market information as a source for connecting with high-value careers, along with basic definitions and strategies for using LMI. Last, we'll enter into the P2C labor market dashboard and review some of the basic features that can be used to understand career opportunities in local communities. Let's begin with a brief overview of where the future of work is headed and discuss some of the methods for staying connected with some of the rapid changes that are occurring in the workforce landscape. When we look at the shifting workforce landscape, we are starting to recognize that traditional approaches to education may be misaligned with today's workforce demands. This is evidenced in the skills gap, in which there are several job vacancies and a limited supply of workers to fill these jobs, suggesting that individuals are leaving educational institutions and entering the workforce with skills that do not align with today's jobs. We're also seeing a changing value of degrees. High school diplomas are diminishing in value, and associate degrees are increasing. Because of this, the traditional high school or bachelor's degree dichotomy for students, where we funnel students into one of these two categories, can leave high school students underprepared for jobs and bachelor's degree students unaware of alternative pathways with greater opportunity. Indeed, there are several associate degree pathways emerging that lead to higher wages than bachelor's degrees. These changes are being driven by the emergence of the Fourth Industrial Revolution, as well as several social, economic, and environmental factors. Globalization and automation is causing low-skilled jobs to either be sent overseas or be replaced by computers or robotics. As a result, employers are demanding more from their employees. Employees will need to bring varied skill sets that cannot be automated or easily done by others. The integration of technology into work is also leading to increased demand for skilled employees that can produce and use digital information. We also have an aging population that is contributing to a need for skilled healthcare professionals. The bottom line, employers are expecting more. They're looking beyond low-level skills and demanding skills that complement technology and cannot be automated. So what can we do? In general, education efforts are going to need to align with the current and future workforce needs. We're going to need to reevaluate learning outcomes and align skills with workforce demands, focusing on human skills or soft skills, digital skills, and STEM-oriented skills. We're going to need to also rethink the traditional high school or bachelor's degree dichotomy for students. Funneling students into one of these two pathways can leave some underprepared and others hyper-focused on a degree as opposed to a viable career destination. All students will need to be encouraged to seek post-secondary education to increase their skill level. Students will also need to be encouraged to explore multiple pathways and opportunities for employment success. With the changes that are emerging, the most important question we can ask is how can we stay connected to the future of work and ensure students are prepared for employment success? There are numerous resources available that present information on the future of work. We can look at articles and reports that summarize state, national, and global trends in workforce demands. We can also look at student interests and requests for educational opportunities. As students seek training for specific occupations, this can be an indicator of what students are needing. We can also look at news articles, blogs, announcements, and other such sources that provide daily updates on education and work issues. One of the most efficient and direct methods of connecting with the future of work is to examine trends in specific occupations. In other words, to look at which occupations are currently or projected to be in high demand. When we examine specific occupations, we shift the focus from general workforce needs to identifying the specific career destinations that will be available to students. This creates awareness of careers that can have a powerful impact on how we inform and prepare students for employment success. So let's look at this idea a little closer and explore how awareness of local occupation trends can support efforts to inform and prepare students for employment success. Currently, the Bureau of Labor Statistics recognizes over 800 different occupations. What if we could take that list and focus primarily on the high-demand, high-wage jobs? In other words, focus on only good jobs with ample opportunity and living wages. And what if we were able to do this at the local level to determine the high-value careers in our local communities? How could we use this information? One of the most powerful uses of this information would be to inform students of high-value career opportunities in their area. With this information, students can make informed career choices. Rather than a blind selection based solely on experience or hobbies, students could choose jobs that offer the most opportunity in their local community. Students could also seek education aligned with career choices instead of making random course selections in hopes that they will be prepared or have what is needed to compete in the job market. They would also have the ability to remain in their local communities with viable employment as opposed to seeking employment elsewhere in other cities or states. In essence, we would be closing the information gap by providing students with the knowledge of their local labor market and the skills needed to promote employment success. With awareness of local high-value careers, we can also prepare students for employment success in their communities. Educators can use this information to align curriculum and course offerings with local high-value careers. It can also be used to encourage a variety of education and career pathways. Instead of focusing on the traditional endpoint dichotomy of a high school diploma or a bachelor's degree, we can use knowledge of high-value careers to encourage students to shift focus from simple degree attainment to career preparation. We can also offer work-based learning opportunities that connect students with local employers and provide more effective career guidance that recognizes labor demands and helps students understand and prepare for the realities of their local job market. Overall, when we understand the employment opportunities in the communities, we can close the skills gap by helping students enter the workforce with skills and degrees that are most closely aligned with their local job opportunities. The bottom line is that awareness of occupation trends provides the opportunity to empower students with knowledge of local high-value careers, providing the opportunity for students to make informed career decisions and education choices aligned with their occupation selection and close the information gap. We can also build skills that support employment success in their local communities, ensuring students are prepared with the skills that employers are demanding today and into the future, and close the skills gap. So the question becomes, how can we develop awareness of local high-value careers? The most direct and reliable method is to explore labor market information, also known as LMI. Unlike articles or reports that may have been developed months ahead of time, LMI provides instant access to the most up-to-date job trends. Also, because it's a rich set of numeric data, it can be customized and tailored around specific questions. Exploring LMI provides the opportunity to look at data firsthand and focus on information that is most useful to specific interests. What is labor market information? Labor market information is a collection of data compiled primarily by government agencies for the purpose of analyzing job trends, wages, employment status, and economic changes related to workforce development. Some basic data categories include annual openings, median wages, projected new jobs, and growth rates. These simple statistics can reveal jobs with the most openings, highest wages, and greatest growth. Furthermore, LMI can be organized around the National Career Clusters Framework, which is the classification system most commonly used by schools and state agencies. Within this framework, occupations are grouped into 16 different clusters based on similarities in foundational knowledge and skills. The benefit of using the Career Clusters framework is that occupations are grouped on the basis of shared educational and training requirements. This allows for a more direct link to be established between educational practices and careers. When LMI is organized around career clusters, we can identify high-value careers within specific fields for students. This is where the data can begin to align with students' interests. For example, if a student is interested in a career in healthcare, data can be reviewed in the health science cluster to determine which careers are likely to have the greatest opportunity for the student, and which careers may be risky, either due to low wages or considerable competition for a limited number of jobs. Now that we have a basic understanding of what LMI is and how it can be organized, we can explore how this information is used to reveal local high-value careers. To do this, we need a basic definition of what high value means. High value careers are simply high demand, high wage careers. This simple definition captures the two most essential components of desirable jobs. They are plentiful and they pay well. Using this definition, careers can be identified that provide ample opportunity for employment, as well as wages that support quality of life goals. When we look at labor market information, the strongest indicator of demand is annual openings. The strongest indicator of wage is median wages. Looking at where high numbers for both of these indicators intersect can reveal high-value occupations. These are occupations with a large number of annual openings and relatively high wages. In this particular example, registered nurses qualify as a high-value career due to the high number of annual openings paired with a high median wage. When the search process occurs at the local level within specific career clusters, we can quickly identify top jobs in various career fields for students. This particular set of data is looking at LMI for the Business Management and Administration cluster. The information has been gathered for the Central Workforce region in New Mexico. Looking at information for annual openings and median wages, high-value careers emerge for that cluster in that region. In this example, high-value careers include general operation managers, accountants and auditors, and first-line supervisors of office and administrative support workers. Identifying high-value careers can be a relatively simple process. Understanding basic terms and definitions unlocks high-value career destinations and provides insight into where and how students can achieve employment success. Future presentations will delve deeper into basic LMI concepts to provide a stronger foundation for exploring LMI and build effective strategies for answering specific questions. There are various tools for exploring labor market information. The P2C Labor Market Dashboard is a simple, straightforward tool that provides access to LMI mapped to local school districts and regions. Because it has been designed explicitly for educators, it focuses on information that is most useful in education policy and practice. So let's take a look at some of the basic features of this dashboard. The easiest way to enter into the P2C Labor Market Dashboard is to go to pathwaytocareers.com. Once on this page, you can learn more about our approach and services by scrolling down the page or clicking the links that appear at the top of the page. To access the P2C labor market dashboard, simply click on Visit Your Site. You can access state and region-specific dashboards by clicking on the appropriate link on this page. Once you're in the dashboard, the display will look slightly different depending on your state or specific area, but in general, the system is broken into a few main sections. The first section to appear is the Welcome to Your State or Region section, where you're going to see state-specific or region-specific information displayed. The next section is the Explore Your Area section that displays district facts and demographic information. This is followed by the Explore Career Clusters section, where you can see LMI for each of the 16 different career clusters. The two main sections that we want to spend most of our time looking at right now are the Explore Your Area and Explore Career Clusters sections. So let's start off with the Explore Your Area section. You can select your specific district by using the drop-down menu. We're currently looking at the New Mexico dashboard, so we're going to see the school districts for New Mexico listed. We can pick any of these school districts. So let's focus on Albuquerque Public Schools. Once the district has been selected, you can click Go. On the Explore Your Area page, you'll first see a district overview that displays basic facts for the district. Below the district overview, you're going to see some demographic information for that particular school district, including total population, total number of households, and the percentage of males and females for the population within that district. This is followed by charts displaying population by age, population by ethnicity, and population by education. Information related to the percentage of the district's population in the workforce, median income, and percentage of individuals employed in specific occupation groups is also available. Below the basic demographic information, you'll see the labor shed displayed. The labor shed basically indicates where individuals are living and where they are traveling for work. In these images, we see the outline of the Albuquerque Public School District and graphic displays of work and home addresses. Below this, we have information about the distance individuals are traveling and the direction they are going. The culminating feature of the Explore Your Area section are the top 5 career clusters for the district's workforce region. Here we have the top 5 career clusters by annual openings, highest wages, and projected growth. To go look at this information at a deeper level and explore occupations within these clusters, we need to move into the next major section of the dashboard, the Explore Career Cluster section. You can access the Explore Career Clusters section from the top of the screen or on the dashboard homepage. To keep things clear, let's return to the homepage and access it from there. Once on the homepage, scroll down and click Explore Career Clusters. The next page will present the 16 different career clusters for you to choose from. Selecting any of these clusters will limit the labor market information displayed to only the occupations within that specific cluster. So let's choose the Health Science cluster. We are now in the Explore Career Clusters section of the dashboard. This is where you're going to see labor market information for the workforce region associated with specific districts. To select a district, go to the drop-down menu and find your district and click Go. Once this has been selected, labor market information for the school's primary workforce region will be displayed in the table below. To include any nearby workforce regions, you can check the box to include associated workforce regions. Additional regions will only be added if there's a fair number of individuals who travel into nearby regions. For Albuquerque Public Schools, the primary workforce region is the Central Region of New Mexico. The career cluster table is automatically sorted by annual openings, so the occupations with the most openings will appear first. For the Central Workforce Region in New Mexico, the occupation that is highest in demand with the most openings in health sciences is registered nurses. You can click on any of the headings to organize the information from highest to lowest. There are also several filter functions available by scrolling over the magnifying glass under each heading. To change career clusters, go back to the top of the table and use the drop-down menu to select a cluster and click Go. Information is now being displayed for the Information and Technology cluster for the Central Workforce Region in New Mexico. So let's review some of the primary features in the Explore Career Clusters section. You can sort categories from highest to lowest by simply clicking on the headings within the table. Additional filter functions are available by scrolling over the magnifying glass under each heading. To access different career clusters, simply click on the drop-down menu that appears at the top of the table. To access labor market information for another district or the entire state, use the drop-down menu that appears next to the Career Cluster menu. After your selections have been made, click Go and information will appear that aligns with what you have chosen. So let's go back to the home page and review the sections we looked at. We focus primarily on two main sections, Explore Your Area and Explore Career Clusters. If you click Explore Your Area, you will be directed to a page where you can select a specific district. On the district page, you will see district facts as well as demographic information, followed by labor shed images and the top 5 career clusters for the district's workforce regions. To access the labor market information organized by career clusters, go to the Explore Career Clusters section. The Explore Career Clusters section can be accessed either on the home page or by clicking the link at the top of the screen. Clicking on this link will lead to a page with the 16 different career clusters displayed. Selecting one of the career clusters will display labor market information for that career cluster. To focus the data on the primary workforce region for the district, select the district from the drop-down menu. Once this selection is made, information in the table will be focused on the region for that district. This has been a basic overview of the P2C Labor Market Dashboard. Please feel free to contact us using the contact link at the top of the page if you have questions at any point while using the dashboard. To review some of the main points in this presentation, we started off with discussing the future of work and methods for staying connected with the rapid changes occurring in the labor market. We looked at how focusing on occupation trends can be one of the most effective and direct methods of understanding where students are headed and the skills they will need for success. We then moved into how awareness of high-value careers can help us better inform and prepare students for career opportunities, closing both the information gap and the skills gap. Labor market information was introduced as a source for connecting with high-value careers, and basic definitions and strategies were reviewed for using LMI to identify local high-value careers. Last, we reviewed some of the basic features of the P2C Labor Market Dashboard. Future presentations will move deeper into understanding basic LMI concepts and the use of the P2C dashboard to explore local occupation trends. If you have any questions about any of the information in this presentation, please feel free to contact me at dtalent@ns4ed.com. You'll find additional materials and resources at pathwaytocareers.com.